All right, year 11, just looking at some of the questions from 6.8. And I want to look at these questions. Now, earlier we did between 0 and 360. And now they've restricted the domain on the solution set for these answers between minus 180 and 180. So I'm going to look at the first one, the second one here, which is sine theta equals a half. So remember, this is an equation. Sine theta equals a half. But I need to know where this thing exists. Where this thing exists. Between 0 and 180. So I'm quickly going to sketch it. Well, sine theta goes like, oh, you silly duffer. It doesn't go like that. Sine theta is that between 0 and 360. So it just continues over here. So there's minus 180 and there's plus 180. So that's where I'm looking for this value. So sine theta equals a half. Well, a half is there. I'm going to get this one, and I'm going to get this one. Well, that's pretty easy. I know from my right angle triangle, 1, 2, root 3, 60, 30. And the acute angle is going to be 30, opposite over hypotenuse. So that's that first one. And here's this other one, which is the same distance back from 180. So 180 minus 30. I know you can do that in your head, but it's really worthwhile to show it. And I get 150. Very easy. But what happens if it starts to delve into the negative area? All right, well, I'm using the same graph, but I might just draw it again. I hate the way it does that. And I'll plot the graph here. So there's a positive side, there's a negative side, and again we're going from 180 to minus 180. And this time our equation is sine theta equals minus root 3 on 2. Well, it's down here this time. And my answer is going to be this point here, a negative value, and this point here, a negative value. Well, again, the idea is to find the acute angle, so theta. That acute angle, root 3 over 2. Again, if I look up here to my triangle, root 3 over 2, I'm going to get 60, but I know it's negative 60. And this one's 60 back from 180. So it doesn't matter how you work this out, but I'm going to just go, well, that's negative 180 plus 60 to come back this way. So I get negative 60, and I get negative 120. And I double check that on my calculator, or I go to the solutions, which I have up in front of me. What exercise is this? This is 6.8. And for question, come on. 6.8, question 2D. negative 60, negative 120. Let's have a look at the first one now. And I deliberately left it because it wasn't an exact value. So cos theta equals 0.187. Well, I better draw the cos curve. So again, I don't want to go back to the front there. I'll put in my... far out. Don't do that. So here we go. And I'll put that there. Now, I'll draw the cos curve. Well, the cos curve is a sine curve, just shifted. And I'll get that. But again, I only want it from 180 negative to 180 positive. And 0.187, well, that's about here. So I'm going to get that angle. I'm going to get that angle in a negative direction. So it's going to be the same angle, just either side. So one will be negative. So this should be rather easy. This time, however, I have to go to my calculator because I'm going to have to inverse cos 0.187 to find out what it is. And I get 79 degrees, and that looks about right. It's got to be close to 90. Am I going to the nearest degrees or minutes? It doesn't state, so I'm just going to go to the nearest degrees. It's 79.22. So I'm going to say, well, that's close to 79 degrees. But then I've got to consider the other case, which is to the left. So I get negative 79 degrees. And I might just do that. I might just go cos negative 79. And I get 0.190, so I know that it's right. I even look up in the answers, and they've got it to the nearest minute, which is 79 degrees and 13 minutes. But it didn't state how they wanted them, so I'm pretty happy with that answer. Good luck with doing these new ones between negative 180 and 180.